actually Mindawi, which is a suburb of Cebu. I'd like to remind everybody, if you're a replay viewer, you can still comment, you can still give coins, and there's a flash sale on coins today. Today is the last day of January. It's the time to give up all the coins and start again new next month. What's up, Moose? Hello and good morning. How are you? Good morning, Greg Reynolds, guitar guy. Greg, what's happening? Good morning, everyone. I thought I was just watching you in a different scope. Yes, I was on a different one. Peter from Haps did one. Frazier, let me invite you up here, Mr. Frazier. Stephen Booth, hello and how are you, sir? Good morning. Rex, good morning. Oh, I have to wait just a minute for my data to catch up before I can do that. Hamoud, Sanam, Cable Hadashek. What's up in Durham? Mr. Stephen, welcome. Are you available, Stephen? Or you're Retta Moore? What's up? Let's go ahead and do a Retta Moore. Let's see. Yes, you came up there. And then we got a Frazier. Linda, hello. How are you today? I'm talking slow because I'm trying to type and read this. The names are so small still for me, but I'm working on it. Everything. Hello. Facebook user. Salam. How are you? Jan. Oh my goodness. Good morning, Jan. How are you? Susan. How are you? Captain Rehab, the wolf of Cebu. I don't know that I'm much of a wolf, but I'm here. Yeah, I'm not staggering on the wolf realm. Anyway, you're dealing with your nerve pain. Have to take Lyrica. I don't really know what is Lyrica, but I guess it's something for that. Cup of Joe, good morning. Let's get old Cup of Joe up here also. We haven't seen Cup of Tea on live. And you know what, Cup of Joe and some other people? You know, we have not seen Uku Kabubu in a long time. I wonder if he's doing all right. Patty, what's up? You seem you're looking different, Cam, and talking to another one. Yeah, what the problem is, what I'm doing is my camera's up here, but the comments are down here. So I still need to figure out how to adjust that so I can be looking at the screen. Apostle Lewis would love to have you up here. Let me put this up here. NATIONS, Nations Family Church. Apostle Lewis, you've been invited. Would love to see you today. Yeah, anyway, I have to somehow get a table adjustment so I could actually read comments. Oh, there's Frazier. I know we didn't stay at the resort because I did not want to take a small boat in choppy weather. So today I'm going to another island and I'm going there by an outrigger boat, which is a really small outrigger boat. So let's hope the sea is not too choppy today. Good morning, Frazier.
Good evening.
Or good day, or whatever time it is where you're at.
Exactly. Good day. But easiest way.
Life is one of those drugs with a commercial with people dancing around enjoying, but they die from 50 side effects. Cap, Captain Rehab giving us the down low on the Larica. Isn't that the way everything is? Any drug they give you, the side effect sometimes is worse than the illness.
Yeah. Depending, I suppose it
Yeah.
depends what it is.
Fraser, let me see how I can turn your volume up. It's not you, it's me. Give me a second. There we go. I turned your volume up.
Okay.
Yeah, I had my volume down low because I was watching a video earlier and their audio was very loud. Moore, you were invited. If you'd like to come up or you can see the invite, it's up to you. Apostle Lewis, we see you coming in, but your camera's not on yet. Anyway, like So anyway, in a couple of hours, I will go to another two other islands. I'm going to cross a bridge to the island of Mactan, which is where the airport is. Randy, I download Hasp, but couldn't get any scopes, just hundreds of scopers, but couldn't get any. Huh. There's
That
Apostle
doesn't make
Lewis coming in.
There we are.
that doesn't make sense. He downloaded it but couldn't get any scopes, just hundreds of scopers.
So
Yeah,
is
what
it?
it is, if you don't follow people, you don't see people, and it's kind of weird. Apostle Lewis is here to enlighten us with his words of wisdom on how you can get to the pearly gates.
We
Mr. Lewis,
this is my day off. I'm just in, I'm just enjoying the cool breeze, and all I can say is just be safe. Um, but I do have a question. So I got I guess an email or whatever about this HAPS because it's been like in a loop or whatever. It's been kind of bad the last week or two. Uh, you have any idea what's going on?
Yeah, what I have found out personally, when you're on your laptop, the broadcast works fantastic, and you need to be plugged into your Ethernet cable. I've
Uh,
had troubles with just using Wi Fi only, but I thought my problem was actually because my laptop Wi Fi is not adequate. What's up, Vince? Hello. Let me get Vince up here too. Yeah, so it's just a data thing.
okay.
The app's working great when I'm at home and I have good data.
Yeah. When I'm on my phone, actually, I do pretty good. Like right now, I'm on my phone. And the Wi-Fi, I'm using Wi-Fi on my cell phone, and it works pretty good.
Okay.
But like I only had
Well,
like I said, I only had problems like setting up a stream in advance. It never went through, and
Mr. Vince,
Hello, Ricky, Fraser, and Apostle.
anyway, as things work out, I'm sure it will change. I'm actually having a better experience now, so I don't know. I noticed a lot of things that I was complaining were actually my broadcast problems, and it was due to my data in my area. When I'm in Saudi Arabia, I don't have any data problems, but here it's a bit of a challenge.
matter of fact, where are you now?
Yeah, I'm in the Philippines, still at my house in Cebu,
Hey,
and
great
then
away.
today I'll be going over to the island, Mactan Island, and then I'm going to another island that I cannot pronounce yet. I will learn the pronunciation later today. I
Okay,
think it's a Longono or something. I can't really pronounce it.
that's when you
So,
know. That's when you know you're traveling a lot when you don't even know the name of it. It's like, oh yeah,
that's
you.
it. Susan asked if I was going to Mindanao. No, unfortunately, if I travel to my mother in law's house, they will make me stay in a gymnasium for 2 weeks quarantine and then let me visit her. Well, I'm
There
not
you
going to
go.
sit in a gymnasium in the middle of the jungle with no air conditioning for a 2 week quarantine.
There you go.
Yeah, they've got some strict rules for traveling to different islands. You know, Apostle Lewis, Vince, Frazier. I don't know if
Hmm.
you guys have seen, but my favorite place is my mother in law's house. Oh, what beautiful area over there.
go.
I
No. Um,
By the way, Apostle Lewis, are you married and have children?
I am married, and I do have kids. My
Do
kids
you?
are adults. Uh, I have a daughter who's she's a nurse. I have a daughter who's she's she. I don't have favorite kids, but she's more like me than the other kids. I have a daughter. She's a manager of International Diamond Center here in Gainesville. I- who's in college in Orlando, and the other son, well, he's just a free spirited guy.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, my kids are grown too, but my daughter's still in college here in the Philippines. My son finished his college like he was drinking a cup of coffee. I'm kind of jealous. Yeah, he walked right through college like he just sat down to have a Coke.
Wow.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
that was
just really
fast.
easy. Yeah, he was really easy.
Yeah.
So your son went into college just just went through like a breeze.
Yeah, he did it in 4 years, very easy. Finance, international business, and he didn't. He just listened in class and maxed everything. He's lucky. He's got my wife's mind.
Or my son, he went for what is it? Architectural design. So uh, that's his stuff.
Well, at least none of your kids are trying to be forest rangers. There's a
Yep.
lot of people that spend $1 million going to college and they get out with a master's in forestry. And where are you going to work if you got a degree in forestry? There's only so many forest rangers in all of America.
Horrible man.
Maybe they know something we don't know.
I don't know. What's up from Saudi Arabia? Mohammed Atig. Salam, brother. Kebal Hal. Hasnain, hello. Oh, I haven't had Hasnain up in a while.
Wow.
Anything you can bring us exciting, Apostle Lewis? Anything good? Any words of wisdom we can get from you today?
I would, and I always take the opportunity to do so. So I'm glad you asked, and this is the second time. But yeah, I'd like to just uh, challenge everyone in this way. Whose report are you going to believe? Um, so many times, and we talk about this often, we tend to listen to people who are not going where we're going. We're not connected to what we're connected to as far as where we're trying to get in life and what we're trying to do. And so some people can't see the vision that you have for your life or what God has for your life. And you have to determine, are you going to believe the obstacles in your life or are you going to believe the opportunities in your life? So I challenge you, whose report are you going to believe? I choose to believe what God says about me. So no matter how hard things get, no matter how difficult things may appear, whatever God says about me, that in the end, that's what I'm going to have. That's what I'm going to do. And that's who I'm
Amen to
going to
that,
be.
man. Amen.
There you go. Robert Van Buren, good morning. How are you? Stephen Booth, I invited you. We're going to invite a few folks more up here. If you can't come up, it's okay. I'm just inviting. Well, that's good words of wisdom. Just believe in what and listen to what God has for you. That's a nice thing.
Amen.
How is your life in general going, Vance? What are you up to these days?
Life in general is good. I'm actually on my day off. I'm actually on my day off for today and tomorrow at work. I'm actually on my day off today.
All right.
So I'm just chilling, enjoying my weekend. Life in general is good. So
So now
I'll
that you're
definitely
off of
take
work, you'll go to bed early instead of
Apostle
staying up
Lewis's
all night
advice.
broadcasting. Vince, now that you don't have to work, you won't stay up all night. You only stay up all night when you got to work.
No, because I no on the weekends I usually stay up later. I usually stay up late, but on weekdays I had to sleep around too.
All right. Frazier, what's happening?
Yeah, relatively all right day. Yeah, just went for a walk in Edinburgh. Went live on Haps. Walked around some of the old town, just near the old architecture of it in the Holyrood Palace and Scottish Parliament.
Okay,
So
Robert, I hear that you're busy. We have Mr. Dean SMS over here. Dean, how are you doing today?
I think he's breaking up.
Yeah, he's breaking up a little bit. He'll get it down soon. Well, Vince, it's good to hear you're going good. Frazier, everybody.
mhm.
Yep.
We're waiting for Dean over here to get connected.
So while this is happening, I didn't know we could have this many people on.
Yeah, we can
On
do
the
8 people comfortably.
actually you can do 8 people on the PC or laptop, but on the phone you can actually do two.
I do.
You know what, Apostle Lewis? Yourself and 7 other people should probably do a weekly prayer club and hold hands, get together, and do a weekly prayer deal here on Haps. I don't think I have not seen anybody doing that.
Well,
Or
you know,
maybe a international prayer group. That would be something unique that nobody's doing.
You know something? I'm available. So if anybody wants to join, we'll get that started. I'll definitely work on that. It makes sense.
Let's Apostle Lewis.
That's a good idea.
Let's work something out, and we'll do something.
There you go. Fraser's ready. So there you go. You got Florida, you got USA, you got Scotland. Anybody
I'll go
else
for it.
want to help Apostle Lewis? Vince is ready.
I'll do it.
There you go.
There you have it. I'm excited. Randy,
You only need 5 more now, and you'll have a big prayer group.
don't do this, Randy. I'm excited. That's up my alley. That's up my alley. I'm ready for that, and that's what the world needs: more prayer. So
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, Dane,
Plus, we need
Diane,
more.
how are you?
Plus, we need more love and kindness, especially.
absolutely.
Patty's down here. Patty, you going to join their group? Really, a motivational prayer group of about 8 people from around the world looking around and help people out that come into HAPS and people that watch live broadcasts and maybe have a weekly show. I think everybody would love to do that.
You know what?
Dean, it looks like you just can't get connected, brother. I'm going to go ahead and bring your icon down.
I'm thinking what I might do is this: if this app will act right, I'll set one up for maybe Monday. The sooner the better.
Mhm.
Set one Monday, and then you guys can just come in and we can set it from there.
You can do a trial tomorrow if you want.
Tomorrow could be good before 3 o'clock. My time, Eastern
What?
Standard Time.
Mhm.
Eastern, so you're 5 hours difference between me and you.
Okay, yeah. So any time, I say 12 o'clock noon. My time would be awesome because I have
Patty, can you come up? We need Apostle Lewis needs 5 more people for his prayer group so he can have 8 people on. I'm sure you got enough people that you know. You ought to. That's it's just a great idea. I would love to see you fill up and have a weekly prayer group, and it may turn into more. It may be an every morning or an every evening prayer group.
Well,
Yeah, that's a good idea, Randy.
I
Glad
think
you
you
thought of that.
before, Randy. I believe you have. You brought this up before about getting together with, and I do know some people. Well, they never brought that up.
And I'd like to challenge you even further. I would like to see you have somebody from Islam, an imam up here, and also somebody from the Jewish faith. I would like to see you 3 faiths, 4 faiths get together and do prayer together. Paul Dunn, what's happening?
Listen,
Could are you hoping to start a war or something? Eh?
No. See, that's the misconception of the world, Fraser. When
Sorry.
you have Abrahamic monotheistic beliefs, whether you're Jewish, Islamic, or Christian, we all believe in one God, and it's the same God. The devil is the one who separates the believers in the God. So you'd be surprised how all of us can come together with our beliefs, no matter what your faith is, because the foundation, and we're all praying to the same person. There's no new invention out there,
Mhm.
Some people confuse ways to live with faiths. They confuse it.
see, wait. See, because I'm loving this. We may have all the preachers we need right now
There
because
you go.
you gotta understand the
We
word.
agree to this.
Watch this. The word says, without faith, it's impossible to please God. We're trying to please man, and that's where we fall short. So if my faith is to please God, our faith may be just a little bit different. What I'm holding on to get me to God may be different than what you're holding on to get to Him. But as long as we're getting to Him, that's the key to it. Okay, so maybe for you to feel good about yourself, you got to walk 7 miles. For me, I just got to walk around the house. It may be wrong, but me walking around the house makes me feel good, and not 7 miles. We both feel good, and we did it in different ways.
Mhm.
I'm going to try to invite some other preachers up here right now. Give me just a minute. We're going to have a bunch of. We're going to get a bunch of preachers in here today.
This is
They-
oh, good grief! This is going to be interesting.
Okay, let's see if it works.
I love it.
If Randy's going to open a can of worms, he's going to open a can of worms. Oh, jinx!
No. See, again, you we have to have an open mind about what we do. So I know what to expect when I come in here. The door is open.
There you go.
Oh,
No, really, I'm inviting a bunch of preachers. They may still be asleep or out doing something. We probably ought to get a group.
Yeah,
There's
exactly,
a lot of
Tommy.
preachers here on HAPS. And it'd be nice to see you guys together at the square table because we don't have circles. Yeah, we got the squares, but a lot of I've seen it good 3 or 4 times. Every pastor, a different style of my pastor. Yep. Everybody has a different style. You know, I had uncles that were preachers. Grandfather was a preacher. One of my uncles was the most boring man on the planet. I think he sent more people away from the church than he brought into it. God bless his heart. But I had another one that was motivational, and he made church fun. But I had one uncle, he would just he'd get off to talking about something, and oh, Lord, it'd take him 2 hours.
Changing your name to we thank you, Father Randy. We thank you, sir.
There you go. We got Mr. Hoskin.
Hello.
Hey, Hoskin, how are you?
Hoskin, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Wow.
I would like you to help us here. We're looking for different folks from different religious backgrounds come together and not argue, but just speak about what it's like to be together. Would you represent Islam?
I will try. I can.
There you go. So we got Islam, and we got Pastor Lewis over here. We got Christianity, and Fraser can be the devil.
Thank you so much. Okay. What, you're going to be the friggin' donkey? You're going to be the donkey, eh?
You know, we all need a bad example in life to point at the direction so our kids can look at you.
What, you give me the donkey? No, it'd be good fun. It could be interesting.
Yeah, I think I totally agree with Randy. We need an interfaith dialogue to understand better different religions.
Yes.
And there are a lot of similarities. If you go to the core of each and every religion, the differences are among the people. They deviate from the original path and original, I would say, scripts. And that's where the issues comes in. So I may have a lot of shortcomings and bad things, but my bad, you should not link it to my religion. Okay? Religion, all religions, most of the religions, as Randy actually clearly mentioned, they do believe on the same God, and that's the one God. So
this could be, and we could do a trial tomorrow, Lewis, and we can see what we can sort.
See, there goes the devil. He's trying to put everything off till tomorrow.
Well, we can. Well, can't we do? I'm actually about to go and play some golf with a friend.
Speak up, devil. We hear you, demon. The demon is among us. Don't let the devil put things off till tomorrow.
No. I need to actually. I'm actually about to go and play golf. I'm going to play an online. I'm playing the golf game. It's the best I can do at golf. So we can try something.
Keep speaking, demon.
Right. Right, okay. I'm just gonna quit because this is gonna.
Hey, Debbie Mac, how are you?
Hi, Debbie.
We will chat tomorrow, Mr. Lewis, or today.
Yeah, but what happened if the Lord comes back today and you don't have it tomorrow? We know you, demon. Always trying to put off things that should not.
There's not going to be a tomorrow.
You may not be here tomorrow.
I'm away to play some golf, literally, with a friend online.
Golf.
Okay. There you go.
So,
you already lost your hair. Your life could be next. You better repent today.
Me and Lewis have got the same haircut.
Yeah.
So,
I'm just
we-
playing with Frazier, and he knows it anyway. He's
I
a
know,
friend of
yeah.
mine. I would never
Yeah.
go
I
any
think
further.
I think
he's the nicest person I ever seen.
uh,
And the good thing is like he always can laugh from any situation and in return makes us laugh. So that's just not that easy. So
Oh,
if you're still on,
I
I will
think
be
Randy
back.
just
in
dropped.
so,
I think Randy just dropped.
No, I'm here. I just
No,
put
no,
myself
Oh.
next to the preacher. I wanted to be away from that demon as far as I could be.
yeah, so
I will be back
changing,
later. I'm just
changing the
golf, okay?
position, you know.
I'll be-
Well,
I'll be-
the demon would be playing golf.
Randy, you put me next to him, huh?
I put you next to him.
I think. Okay, guys, listen. I think Randy, that this was an awesome idea, for the simple fact that the state that the world is in, we need to be able to glean from one another things that will encourage us and to help keep us sane in this world that we are in. And when we come together, our similarities outweigh our differences. And when we can get past quote unquote religion, we can live in brotherhood, because now we understand each other, and that's what's needed in the times that we live. Because COVID-19 doesn't care what your religion is, it doesn't care what color you are, it doesn't care how rich you are, it doesn't care how poor you are. So you need to be connected to something bigger than what you deal with. And if we can come and support one another and understand one another, just maybe God will have mercy.
Amen to that, man. Amen.
Italian. He was not upset. He lost his internet connection.
Yeah, his internet just dropped.
Yeah, it's just internet dropped. Also, we had Dean come up and his internet dropped. Patty says, "Yes, sir. So much we all have in common. And then we have different. Even I don't care whether you're. Hey, what's up, Joey Costanza? How are you? I don't care what your religion is. You're going to find out there's differences even in your own religion. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but you'll have in Tennessee, we have one Baptist church in our community. 25 people there got angry and they opened up the new Baptist church right across the street. And it was like, Lord help. And it's like, we can't even agree at the same word today. And we got people open up a new church across the street. Same name, but the new one. I know in Islam they have that. You have different faiths and somebody says, oh, no, we're going to open up our branch. But the fundamentals of each religion is actually so fun. It's so close. Yo, my brother Lewis, you got Brooklyn Native 50 telling you hello. Lady Lewis is here. Miss Lady Lewis, is that your daughter?
That's my wife.
Oh,
does your wife want to come up and talk to us, or we shouldn't put her on the spot?
No, she's probably getting ready. We got to do laundry, so.
Okay, I hear you. Greg Reynolds, what's happening? Hey, Randy, good evening. Good evening. Colin, let's get Colin up here. Now, here's a different spectrum of the religion. We're going to have Mr. Colin up here.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
Mr. Colin is more of your spiritual individual. And I have a lot of friends growing up that were more spiritual, and they didn't get into the religious practices of a certain denomination or faith. Cup of Joe, I invited you. You were not able to come up. Huh. Strange. No problem. We'll figure it out.
Hi, Miss Lewis. How are
Muhammad, you? Good night. See you later, Muhammad. Thank you for coming up. Greg Reynolds. We could actually I need to invite a friend of mine, an imam, up so we can get some we got Hussein, we need another Muslim, we need another Christian, we need a rabbi. Does anybody know a rabbi in the room?
Hey, Sam.
Vince, will you be a rabbi for us? No, we need Eric. He's half rabbi.
Yeah, he's a rabbi.
He is half rabbi.
I'm a Catholic, actually.
You're Catholic. He is. Yeah.
Yep.
Hello, Sam. What's happening? Sam D from Phoenix. Your wife sending you some kind? No, Brooklyn sending you a coded message. Yo, I, sister. What about a Mormon?
I'm
Why
thinking
not a Mormon? Joey, are you Mormon? We need a Mormon. Let's get up Blaine up here. Joey, are you Mormon? I'd like to see a Mormon.
Hey, yeah, shall we?
I think Mormon is considered Christians, aren't they? Can somebody enlighten me? Does anyone know about that?
Not a clue.
I'll let them explain that.
Yeah.
Hey, Asha, hello, and how are you? What is the topic first? We don't really have a topic. We're just a bunch of people that getting together and enjoying community. And we just started coming up talking about maybe it would be nice to get somebody from every faith to get up here and just get to know each other as a round table, expressing nothing more than everybody believes in one God and one God only. And that's about it. There's no real topic going on at all. Just good people talking. We got Pastor Lewis here. We have Mr. Hosname, Mr. Vance, and myself. Benjamin, hello, and how are you today? Welcome. How does one join in? Okay, now, it depends on what device you are, but I would recommend you close this broadcast and then open up and say go live. And then under go live, you'll see a red thing that you've been invited that says, good morning, everyone from Cebu. And you click on that and you'll be able to come in.
Yeah. Joy, what device are you on, or on your, or are you on your PC or laptop?
We all want all of you talk slowly because we understand you. Yeah, if you guys don't mind, some people that we can speak a little slower so other folks from around the world can understand our English. You know, no, really, you forget a lot of people. It's hard for them to understand.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You know, I understand Spanish, but if you start speaking Spanish so fast, I can't understand you. So I need the Spanish slowed down for my simple one. We got Joey down here, and he figured out how to come up.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is like,
hey, Joey, how are you?
This is my second time on HAP, so I'm learning as I go.
Well, can you introduce us? We don't know you. Welcome. Tell everybody who you are.
Well, I'm in Houston, Texas. I'm 42. I'm finishing up a psychology degree at University of Houston. I have 5 boys. Their ages are 23, 19, 17, 11, and 9. I'm a feminist. I'm a moderate, but I tend to be more on the liberal side. I am LDS, which is Mormon, but Mormons are considered Christian, depending on who you ask. Some people refuse to acknowledge us as Christian because we not only hold true to the Book of Mormon, but we also put our faith, hold true to the Bible, but we also put our faith in the Book of Mormon. And so people use that as a way to discredit us from the mainstream Christian sect. But by definition, we are Christian because we Jesus Christ, we believe him to be our Lord and Savior, and he's the chief cornerstone of the church, so on and so forth. So we believe all the same
things. I'd like to say right now, before you go any further, when I look at the Mormon church compared to that guy in Florida kissing rattlesnakes in that church that he has, I believe he's a lot further away from God than anybody has to imagine. You know, he's trying to claim that he's the foundation of Christianity, kissing on rattlesnakes.
Randy,
I don't really. Yes,
Randy, are you saying you wouldn't kiss a rattlesnake?
I don't do it. I'm sorry.
I don't blame you, buddy. The snakes. I don't do snakes.
Your faith says if the snake bites you, you didn't have faith. Well,
that's right.
I don't want to test a rattlesnake. They will bite you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they don't have legs. They crawl when they move. They're unnatural to me. I don't do snakes.
I hear you. Welcome, Colin, up here. Mr. Colin is a spiritual gentleman. Mr. Pastor Lewis is a Christian. Mr. Hosnane is a Muslim. And we have our new brother, Mr. Joey, who is from the Mormon church. So we're all getting together. Nobody's being critical of anyone. but we're all just talking about how we all relate together, not how we separate from each other. And it was
Yeah, that's
nothing.
right.
It was just
Yeah.
a casual conversation. So
Yeah.
welcome, Colin. Welcome, Joey. Welcome, Pastor Lewis and Mr. Hosnain.
So
Yeah.
let me interject something. Um, so as we all gathered here right now, you know what really brings us all together, first and foremost, is humanity itself. Secondly, you have to have love for one another and able to even do this. So there are two things right there that are the foundation on anything that we're going to derive from. And so first, we're all humans. We can just get that in our heads. Look, we're all human, and we got to love one another no matter what. When we
Yeah.
learn to love one another, the differences don't matter.
Mr.
Because
Muhammad Hathri, excuse me. if I randomly speak, by the way, guys, I'm talking to people in the comments. I don't like to, we have different people in different areas. I randomly talk, so I'm not being weird. I'm actually talking to some folks in the comments. And you may not see them because they are coming from Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. That's Mr. Muhammad coming up.
yeah,
Muhammad, thank you. Mr. Cullen, we haven't any words from wisdom from you just yet. Enlighten us with some type of presence that makes us know that everybody's going to be all right. Oh, that was a challenge.
Some words of wisdom. Oh, crikey. Got some feedback here. Some words of wisdom. Well, I've got feedback here for a start. First of all, our friend there, the Christian faith, he hit the nail on the head. You know, we are all part of humanity. That's the one thing that ties us together. I think any religion, it's all about supporting one another. Okay, so it might be in that specific religion we're supporting each other. The majority of the religions, I think they profess goodwill to all men to some level, you know, in some kind of interpretation along that line. But yeah, it's all about being able to find the similarity rather than the separation. And I think when we can do that, you know, any person of any religious denomination can get along with somebody else of another denomination.
There you go. Good words. Good words. And I want to go over my little thing, Joey, and then I want to hear from you.
Okay.
I've kind of got a weird thing that I believe no matter what your faith or spirituality is, I believe it's focused on the belief of one God and one God only. And anybody who does not want to get all the believers together to agree on anything, I would think that would be more from a different realm of what we all may identify as the devil or the dark side or whatever you'd like to call it. But I believe anybody trying to bring us apart, even if it's the preacher in your church or the speaker at the event that you're at, if they're trying to separate us all, that would seem to be more of a devilish act than a humanity act. And we all should come together as one in spirituality in many arenas. So anybody that gets on every day preaching how the other guy is wrong and his beliefs are silly, well, I just believe that to be quite wrong personally.
I have to agree. All you got to do is look at the similarity between politicians now. Just sort of go off on a brief tangent there. But there was a time where the politicians would come on and they would say what they're going to do for the people and how they're going to help everybody, etc., etc. We're now at a point in time, even, you know, for the past 2 or 3 years, I've noticed this. You know, it's all about trying to pull the other guy down rather than saying, you know, what your religion or what your political party is going to do for its congregation, for its voters. So yeah, 100%. No, it's a shame that we've got to come to a point where we're trying to pull other people down. I mean, anybody that's worth his salt on a religious, let's say a religious playing field there, you know, it's about wanting people to feel good. It's not about wanting people to feel bad or trying to pull the other guy down. I mean, if you've got faith in your religion or your political party, you'll profess the good parts of that rather than trying to pull somebody else down and saying this person's wrong because blah, blah, blah. This religion is wrong because blah, blah, blah. This political party is wrong because blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it's about coming together, as you said, Randy. You know, it's about putting the positive stuff out there, because any religion worth its salt is going to be wanting to create that good feeling in people, to give them hope, to give them faith in the future that things are going to settle down and everything's going to come back to how it should be. That comfortable status quo, let's call it, not the pop group, but you know, the state of being, the comfortable place. So yeah, amen, Colin. Anyway, I'm going to step back. I'm taking over the conversation.
No, but it's good words of wisdom. Thank you very much. Joey, I'm going to call on you, and then I'm going to hit Mr. Hosnain, and then back to Lewis.
I really like what I'm hearing here. Just to kind of piggyback on what you were saying earlier, Randy. If you look back at our ancestry, and if you look back at our history, and like mankind as a whole, like brothers and sisters, before Christ and before Muhammad, you had Father Abraham, and with Abraham you had Ishmael and you had Joseph, and then that's where Muslims and Christians don't see eye to eye as far as division, because Christians find we follow under Joseph, and the Muslims, because Ishmael was the eldest son, they believed he should have been the next prophet that led God's church, and that's where you got that division. And then with Judaism, the tribe of Judah was separate than the other tribes, and that's where you get, your Jewish people. But the foundation of it all, where the origin of it all for Jews, Muslims, and Christians, it started with Father Abraham. It started with the 12 tribes of Israel, and God's commandments were very specific for us to love one another. It's not our place to pay attention to the shortcomings of each different tribe, or who followed Ishmael and who followed Joseph, which prophets are we more interested in. And I understand that Christians believe that the only way into heaven is through Christ, but I also found some supporting scriptures that also support the idea that some are called to be Muslims, some are called to be Jews, and some are called to be Christians, but we're judged based off of the conviction in our hearts and the laws of God that we chose to obey based on what has been put in our hearts. And so it's not really our place to judge one another and to look at our different colors and where we come from, because ultimately when the 12 tribes of Israel were working and they were rocking, they were positioned very specifically because of the differences in the tribes and their functions. It didn't make them bad, it just made them different, and you had to avoid clash among the tribes. But even now, as people, as humans and as children, disobedient and rambunctious children of our Heavenly Father, whether you're Christian, Muslim, or Jew, we all understand ultimately we're supposed to love one another. Cain asked God, when God was asking where Abel was, and Cain posed the question, am I my brother's keeper? Yes, Cain. That's exactly why that's why God came to you and asked. And every single one of us in here are at some charge obligated to our fellow man. We are, in fact, our brother's keeper. Now, it's not to say that we're supposed to go out and sacrifice ourselves or put other people's needs before our own. But all things, if you do it with the right heart, all things can come in wisdom. And if you do things with the right heart and you use God as your focal point, you'll know what the right thing is. You'll follow your heart. You'll feel it, and God will definitely will support you. I mean, what not better support than from your own Creator? And when we do the things we're supposed to out of love, blessings come with that.
Fantastic, Joey. You know what? I felt like I was back learning when I was young in the church. Everything you said was taught to us. And I believe everything you said was also taught to Hosnain, who is a Muslim, which I'd like to go up to Mr. Hosnain for a little bit. But
Sure.
Joey, really great words. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
That was great educational stuff. That's very appreciated. Hosnain, I don't think you could even argue with anything he just said.
I will support all whatever my colleagues just now said. I just need to highlight, in Islam, it is our mandatory duty to believe on all prophets, okay, one God and all prophets, which my colleagues already mentioned here. That's our part of our religion, okay. But I need to ask everybody here, don't be whatever you are by birth, you know what I mean, like you born in a Christian family, you call yourself as Christian. Try to be convinced, try to study, read first, and if you feel whichever is truth to you, follow it, hold it and follow it. And all religions, I repeat again, many times I've already said, all religion actually asks their followers to
Helen,
unite. Sorry?
sorry, no, I saw one of my users pop up.
Sure, sure.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No
My
worries.
apology.
No worries, no worries. Okay. So, I mean, all religions will tell to be united. Okay. And I really respect the first speaker who said that, first of all, we all are human, right? So humanity should come first, then any religion. And we must care. And during this crisis time, and in our Islam also, there are people who will try to make their own sect. So I will consider that as a business, you know. They want to get self-benefit out of religion. So they are not looking at humanity, they are looking at their own benefits. That's how they try to divide. And with more division, they got their business running. So if I call like Islam is the word. I always start my broadcast with Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. So the religion is teaching peace. Okay. So that's why I think we should follow that. And I won't take more time because I want let others also to, share their thoughts. And thanks, Randy, for arranging with and thanks to HAP's platform. Within 5 minutes, you actually started this discussion and we are all here. Okay.
Yeah, this was totally unplanned. I just woke up this morning to say hello. And for everybody who's here, I really appreciate them. And this is the first time I've met Joey. And Joey, wow, brother, I really appreciate you. And I'd like to invite you back more often for
Okay,
something we get some groups going.
absolutely. But I want to let you guys know that primarily, the two reasons why I'm going to be on HAPS is one is I I I am an advocate for mental health, and I want to be a little bit more on that. And then the second thing, and I know this is going to ruffle some feathers among my Christian brothers here, but I am also here to do tarot readings, and I know that sounds controversial, but if you guys would like to hear my ideas and personal experience on it and comparative with Christian beliefs, I'm more than happy to share with you guys. I just wanted to give you a heads up. If you ever go into any of my broadcasts and I'm doing tarot cards, I didn't jump the fence. I'm still what I am. My core belief system is in the Mormon church, but I would consider myself more spiritual than religious, only because I have trust issues and I don't trust men from
I
organized
would
religion.
like to bring something up about just about what you said. The other day I was sitting around and somebody saying, "Oh, we don't drink, we're Islam," and then they see a Christian guy in the bar getting a drink. Everybody is not an imam. Everybody is not a preacher. Everybody is not the ideal role model of his or her beliefs. So we couldn't judge everybody in that realm or spectrum because we do something different.
Yeah.
And there's so many people that say, "Oh, look at that Muslim guy. He did this," or "Look at that Christian. I seen him at the bar." Yeah, but that doesn't that doesn't mean he's representing everybody who's a Christian or everybody's or this or that. We all, as men, and we are have shortcomings here and there. But I see the TV does that a lot in different places around the world. I don't think we've ever had a Christian extremist in America. All our murderers were just crazy. But
Yeah.
if you go over to the Middle East, they're all Islamic crazy people. They're all extremists. So we're really biased in our media around the world. It's kind of funny the way that works. We
Well, I will
have
say
no
this.
Christian extremists. We only have Islamic extremists. I don't know how that happened.
Well, I will say this. One thing that I tell people, tarot readings are not a substitute for any belief system or religion or anything of that nature. Tarot reading is not prophetic. It's not supposed to tell you exactly what the future is. It's more divination, and it's more about alertness or awareness of where you are in the moment. It's more about self-awareness. And when I do tarot readings, a lot of times spirituality will come out of it. And I will tell people, whatever your belief system is right now, like your higher power that you believe in is calling out to you. And so there are a lot of situations where people will come secretly to me and be like, this isn't a part of my religion. I'm kind of weird about it. But when we do the readings, it turns out that tarot reading coincides with wherever you are in life. So if you're a Christian,
Excuse me, somebody keeps asking a BY3 or bye. If you have a question, just ask your question.
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, you're on YouTube. If you have a question, just ask it. If it's something everybody wants to answer, they will.
But
and if you asked a question or made a statement and didn't get a reply, maybe people just don't want to. Most of the time, if it's kind of what I will call trolly, people will just ignore it and not say anything. So it's not. That's just the way it works.
I just wanted to throw it out there that nothing that deters you from your faith. If people come to me and I find that they're using tarot readings as guidance rather than prayer and scripture reading, and that small still voice we get when we have that relationship with our divine creator, I tell people, like, you're going about it the wrong way. You're using this for the wrong reason, and it's distracting you from what you're actually supposed to be focused on. So I just wanted to put that out there. I appreciate the openness, and I just want to let you guys know that, tarot reading is not supposed to contradict anyone's spiritual beliefs. If it steps on people's toes while you're getting a reading, then you're probably getting a reading from the wrong person, and they may be giving you information that is biased towards you based on their belief system.
I can relate. I get the same feeling when I have lunch at Hooters.
Okay, Hooters has got terrible food. We're gonna have to talk about this later.
I'm only playing with you, brother.
I know.
All right, Colin, can we get one more word of wisdom from you, and then we'll get on to Apostle Lewis. Mr. Colin. Thank you, Joey. We appreciate you a lot, brother. Thank you. I look forward to hearing from you and seeing you more around apps.
I do have to drop off, though. I do have children in the background I got to go check on and make sure they're not.
No problem. I understand. We hope you enjoy that. Joey, we really appreciate you coming up here, and we really appreciate your speak. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Joey.
Mr. Colin, can we hear some more words of wisdom from you? And while you're speaking your words of wisdom, I have to go to the men's room, and I'll be right back.
Bless you. Okay. Words of wisdom. You know, I'm in an arena here where there's so many people that are au fait with their own faith, with their own spirituality. So what I want to say is to tie in what we were saying earlier on about, the separation. We're looking for the separation half the time when we should be looking for the connection. And I think we can all relate to the fact that the diversity of the different religions, the different beliefs, the different aspects of spirituality, it's that diversity that we can, it's like every cloud has a silver lining. We can see that it's the diversity that actually ties us all together. We've all got our own perspectives on this, but it is that diversity that brings us all together and enables us to sit in an environment where we're not trying to pull each other down because of our individual beliefs. More of a case of it promotes the respect that the other people in their denominations have got, that belief, that faith, that trust in their own denomination, their own religion. So that's pretty much all I've got to say on that, to be fair. But some great people in here, some great people. And I enjoy having different conversations with different religions. I mean, I come from a background where my mum was Methodist, my uncle was a Mormon, I was brought up as a Christian, and then growing up through life and the various interactions with other people, I've ventured into the whole spiritualism side of things. So I can relate to what Jerry was said about the divination, that inner still voice, linking in with our own individual perception on what it is to be spiritual, our own individual link with that creative source, whatever label we put on that. So if somebody else wants to step into the chair and say a few words.
Yeah, because my wife has hit the door like twice, so I'm gonna have to leave. But I want to say this. I also think that to remember that we talk about love, that we have to remember that uh, our conviction shouldn't be one that divides or kills or seeks to conquer, but our conviction and what we believe and how we carry ourselves should exude the love of the God that we serve. And it should want to it should it should it should be used to pull people up and to encourage them and to cause them to seek uh, that love that we have. Because when you notice people who are angry, they cause people around them to be angry, and so you got a room full of confusion. But when love enters the room, there's a peace and a calmness about it that says, I may be different, but I belong. And even though I'm different, I can still feel love. So my conviction as a Christian should not step on your belief. It should not step on what you think and how you've been raised. Because when it does that, I often say this: never put small people in big positions, because they always have to step on someone to be seen.
I like that. Yep. Awesome.
Fantastic, everyone.
We've got some strange comments going on in the comment
Somebody
section.
muted him in Periscope.
Wendy.
That's strange. Anyway, it happens. Don't worry about it, Italian Stallion. And yeah, I get muted, or sometimes I mute and then I unmute, and then people take it personal. It's just because if I ever mute you or something, it's because I'm just in the discussion. It's kind of off from what I thought it was. And I don't do it often. I don't think now I'm blocking anybody, actually.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
launch day, and well, I gotta go.
You got to go. All right, Apostle Lewis, Gainesville,
His wife's
Florida.
banging on the door.
The ministry there. We appreciate you always. We're glad you came in here with us, and have a great day. And you get to wipe the laundry done now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's been a
Thank you,
pleasure.
brother.
It's been a pleasure,
later.
Apostle
Thank you.
Lewis. Take care, my
Thank
friend.
you, sir.
That's
All right. Let's move on here. All right. Everybody's had some great words today. Isn't that funny how we can all sit down in a circle and really be civil to each other with no nonsense? I think it's wonderful. Hasnain, we got Mr. Hasnain has a word of
As I
wisdom.
said,
Let's put him over here on the spotlight. There you go.
Thanks, Andy. So what I was telling just now, like, don't be whatever you are by chance. Try to be by choice. And I would ask Randy, because don't listen to media too much. Try to investigate a bit. And Randy is living in a Saudi. It's a Muslim country. He might be hearing a lot of things before he goes. He went to Saudi, but once he goes there, he interact with people, and you have watched his broadcast and judge yourself. Okay. So that's what I would say. Like, don't blame. And I think what Randy was saying, like, don't blame terrorists with or link it with religion. Because no religion allows what they are doing it. Okay. So that's only thing which I'm saying. And once again, I have to disclaim, I'm not, like a preacher officially. Okay.
You're not a scholar. You're not a preacher. You're just talking from a man. I understand that.
And if any shortcoming, and don't link it with Islam. Okay. Because I'm Muslim, I am practicing, but there will be shortcoming, and whatever I said wrong, that's me. That's my fault. So don't link it with Islam.
Well, I would like to say thank you, Colin, for all your support. And it's wonderful to have you here today in our discussion. And I was talking to Apostle Lewis. Maybe we can get groups of people together once a week that all have a different realm of thought and kind of put it on the table without arguing about anything. Without defining each other, I guess. I think we define each other too much. Colin, I don't you see how we're all trying to define
Yeah.
everyone so
Yeah.
abruptly and so quickly that we're defining the person just way before we know the person.
Yeah, 100%. The problem is when we define something, we're limiting it because we can only define something so far, and each definition there's more left off the table when we come to defining something than is actually on the table. It's like I said a few moments ago while you're away. It's the diversity that ties everybody together. We've all got our own perspective, our own insights into what connotes spirituality for the individual. And as our friend just said, we can only come from how we feel ourselves. So we're not here to pull somebody down, to counteract somebody else's beliefs, but to find that middle ground. When we can find middle ground, it makes the world such a better place.
That's very true. Well, I actually get a lot of people to ask me, "Oh, what is your religion?" And I always define my answer as I don't really have a label that I wish to broadcast, but I would like to tell you what I believe. I believe in one God and one God only. I believe when I get up to the pearly gates, there's going to be a Muslim, a Jew, and a Christian opening the gate and letting us all come and pass by each other. So that's my thoughts. I mean, I don't really enjoy labels because once you label something or someone, it puts you in a category that I think it's a little unfair and unjust. I think it's better to tell people what you believe than to tell people your label. Now, you can label me later, but if we start out with my beliefs, I think we'll get a lot further down the road.
Yeah, I think when we start coming from a perspective of one God, one being, one sentient, all-knowing, all-powerful, omnipresent, benevolent, spiritual being out there, I think everybody's going to be able to relate to that kind of definition, because that's what each of us has in common, whether it's the Islams, I'm assuming, because I'm learning some stuff here tonight. I mean, this is phenomenal. I stepped in here by accident, but what I'm learning is that there is that middle ground that we can all relate to. We all have somebody that we can pray to, somebody that we can ask for a little solace when we're in a negative situation. When the proverbial hits the fan, one of the first words is, God, please help. Give me that strength. And we can all
Hello,
relate to that.
Bluebird, welcome. Carlinda, hello and welcome. Sorry, Kristen, hello. Christine, welcome. Wilson, I'm just going through a few comments there, so we appreciate everybody. Sorry to interrupt you there, where comments are going faster than I could come back to. So, all right, I guess maybe it's better to end this on a good note and not let me screw it up.
Yeah.
Actually, I usually ask somebody for closing comments when we go. This time, I'm going to put Hasnain on the spot. Myself and Colin are going to step down, and Hasnain, will you close the broadcast for all of us? Okay, before you close, I'm going to say goodbye. Colin, do you mind if Mr. Hasnain closes today?
No, I lost everything there, Randy. Something happened, and I just.
All right, Hasnain, I'm going to depart too, and your words are going to be the final words of the broadcast. Give us your enlightenment here.
Thanks. It's a difficult task to close Randy's session, right? And I do appreciate, and may God bless you by bringing all different religions together on this session. And I would say my last words, try to be open and respectful to each and every one of us. And during this crisis, we need more openness and respect and peace. Okay, that's all from my side, and hope to see you again. Once again, if any mistake I have done unintentionally, please forgive me, and stay safe. That's all. Thanks again once ready, and that's all.
Thank you, Hasnain. Colin, any
And
last
my
words to
broadcast.
throw up on the word board?
No, I think Alfredo Sainz there just encompassed everything. You know, just keep sending the love out, keep respecting other people, and just stay safe.
All right, everyone. Thank you for being in today's HAPS broadcast. It does say good morning, everyone from Cebu. We wandered into many realms, and I hope you enjoyed the conversation. And we look forward to seeing you real soon in another broadcast. Please make sure you follow Mr. Colin, Mr. Husnain, Joey, Frazier, and everyone else who was here today, Apostle Lewis. If we follow everyone on HAPS, you'll be advised when they're online. And as you can see, everybody has good talk and good conversation. And it's nice to be a part of something where everybody can just enjoy each other's company. Thank you, and have a great day, evening, morning, or night, whatever it may be.
Good night.